A bombshell dropped in the Bob Bashara murder trial today. His mistress back on the stand saying that he used the N-word to describe a possible carjacker that he says killed his wife, Jane. 7 investigator Jim Kurtzner is now live downtown covering the trial. Well, Jim, the hits just seem to keep coming.
This has been a second long, grueling day for Rachel Gillette. She went to police 2 days after Jane Bashara was murdered in January of 2012. She says so police would know the whole story about Bob Bashara, including what he told her about his wife's death.
Where we live on the border of Grosse Pointe and Detroit, it's not the best neighborhood. And
what did he say, ma'am?
He said he thought some did it.
The only time Bob Bashara has shown any emotion during the first 3 days of this trial, when his mistress testified about his wife's murder. Rachel telling the jury she came forward when she watched Bob on TV right after the murder.
Both our families grieve, and in the light of this horrific event, ask for your continued prayers.
He's just lost his wife and his girlfriend, and he keeps referring to her as... When the news people are referring to somebody as your wife, that could be a mistake. Okay. But when you're being interviewed in person and you keep calling her your wife, that's not a mistake. So at that point I knew he wasn't married and we weren't getting a house and everything had been, my whole life had been a lie.
Rachel took the jury through her 3.5 years of her secret life, the talk of marriage, looking at houses to buy with Bob Bashara. At one point, Bob brought in another woman, blindfolded her and Rachel, took them to his house to have sex in the marital bed while Jane was still alive and out of town. But Rachel said it would not be proper for her to go to a family gathering after Jane's murder, even though requested by Bob. That brought this exchange from the judge.
She was alive and that was her marital home, and now she's deceased and there are people gathering. What's the difference to you?
I didn't think it was appropriate for the girlfriend to be there with the family and the close friends as they're grieving and crying.
But you thought it was appropriate to drive her vehicle when she was alive?
No.
But you did it.
Now there's a lot more from Rachel Gillette. Next hour at 6, she testifies she really didn't like the pain of the BDSM lifestyle. That brought about another interesting exchange with the judge, and then intense cross-examination trying to undermine her credibility. All next hour at 6. For now, I'm live downtown. Jim Kurtzner, 7 Action News.
Okay, Jim, look forward to that.